You're fresh out of college, coffee in hand, ready to conquer your first corporate job, when suddenly you hear, "We need a Six Sigma approach here," and everyone nods like it's the secret to world peace. Meanwhile, you're thinking, "Six what?" Relax. This isn't some scary corporate spell. By the end of this series, you'll know exactly what Six Sigma is, and you'll be able to explain it so clearly, even your grandma will nod along. Think of yourself as a baker. Customers complain. Some cookies are burnt, some raw, some drowning in chocolate chips. Total chaos. Six Sigma is your detective kit, a step-by-step way to figure out what's going wrong and how to make every cookie perfect every single time. In simple numbers, Six Sigma means this. Out of 1 million items, only 3.4 are defective. Yep, perfection's so close it's almost unfair to the competition. In cookie terms, 1 million cookies baked, only 3 or 4 bad ones. And the magic? 2 secret recipes. First, DMAIC, for fixing what's broken. Second, DMADV, for creating something brand new. In the episodes ahead, we'll unpack both with zero jargon and plenty of fun. Why should you care? Because Six Sigma isn't just about cookies. It's everywhere. Manufacturing, software, customer service, even hospitals and banks. Master the basics and you'll look like a problem-solving rock star, the kind that gets noticed. So, grab your magnifying glass. Next episode, we dive into DMAIC, the detective's playbook for fixing messy processes. No lab coat needed, just curiosity. Chapter 1. DMAIC in Six Sigma, the detective's case file. You're at your new job, sitting in a meeting. The manager says, "We need to follow the DMAIC process." You smile and nod, while secretly thinking, is that a new software? A coffee flavor? A K-pop band? Nope. DMAIC is the core detective method of Six Sigma, used when something already exists but needs fixing. DMAIC stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. Think of it as the Sherlock Holmes approach to problem solving in business. You start by identifying the problem, collect the clues, figure out the culprit, fix it, and then make sure the problem stays gone. Let's go back to our bakery example. Define. Customers keep returning cookies. Complaints include cookies that are too burnt, too raw, and too uneven in size. Measure. You track 100 cookies. 25 are burnt, 15 are raw, 10 are oversized. Analyze. You dig deeper and find that the oven temperature swings randomly, and your assistant eyeballs the dough instead of using a scoop. Improve. Replace the oven with a stable model and provide a fixed-size measuring scoop. Control. Install an oven thermometer and check random cookie weights daily. Why does DMAIC work so well? Because it's not just guesswork. DMAIC forces you to understand the problem fully, back up your decisions with real data, and make changes that last. That's why companies love it. It saves money and stops the same mistakes from coming back. Here's a fresher's tip. If you're new to the corporate world, DMAIC is your best friend for sounding like you know what you're doing, because you actually will be solving real problems systematically. And it's not just about cookies. A call center can use DMAIC to reduce average call times without lowering quality. A hospital can use it to cut patient wait times. A software team can use it to reduce app crash rates. In the next chapter, we'll switch gears. What if you're creating something totally new from scratch? That's where DMADV takes the stage. Chapter 2. DMADV in Six Sigma, creating from scratch. You fixed your cookie problem using DMAIC. Business is booming, customers are happy. But now your boss says, "We're launching a brand new cookie line, perfectly chewy, never seen before." You can't fix something that doesn't exist yet. You need to design it from the ground up. That's where DMADV comes in. DMADV stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Design, Verify. If DMAIC is your detective, DMADV is your architect. Instead of repairing, you're creating something completely new and making sure it's right before it ever hits the market. Let's go back to our bakery story. Define. The goal is a brand new cookie that's perfectly chewy with the ideal amount of chocolate chips and a unique flavor twist. Measure. Decide what perfect means. Chewiness level, size and thickness, number of chips per cookie. Analyze. Explore recipe options. Dark versus light brown sugar, melted versus cold butter, bake time and temperature variations. Design. Create the final recipe by combining the best options from your tests. Verify. Bake multiple test batches, get feedback from taste testers, and make sure every batch matches the goal before the official launch. Why does DMADV work? Because it prevents you from releasing something flawed into the world. You plan carefully before building, test thoroughly, and launch with confidence. Here's a fresher's tip. If you ever join a project that's building something from scratch, a new app, a new service, or even a new internal process, DMADV will make you sound like you've been doing this for years. And it's not just about cookies. Companies use DMADV to design a brand new mobile banking app, create a new patient check-in process at a hospital, or launch a completely fresh online shopping experience. Quick recap. DMAIC improves existing processes. DMADV designs new ones. DMAIC detects problems. DMADV prevents them. DMAIC fixes defects. DMADV avoids them. Next up, we're meeting the people behind Six Sigma, from green belts to black belts. And no, there are no karate moves involved. Chapter 3, Six Sigma Belts Explained. Green belts, black belts, and corporate ninjas. You've just joined a Six Sigma project team. The project manager says, okay, the green belt will lead this part and the black belt will review it. You're thinking, wait, are we doing quality improvement or a karate class? Relax, no one's breaking boards here. These belts are simply Six Sigma skill levels, much like game ranks or military badges. Six Sigma uses belt colors to show a person's training, experience, and role in a project. Think of it as the corporate version of a dojo. White belt, the new recruit. You have a basic understanding of Six Sigma terms and ideas. You usually help on projects without leading them. Think of it as just getting your office ID card. Yellow belt, the sidekick. You know the basics well enough to actively contribute to projects. You help with data collection and simple analysis. Think of Robin to Batman, not the lead hero, but crucial to the mission. Green belt, the project pilot. You lead smaller Six Sigma projects and work under a black belt for bigger initiatives. You balance Six Sigma duties with your main job. Think of a trusted lieutenant who runs the mission on the ground. Black belt, the master strategist. You're a full-time Six Sigma problem solver. You lead big projects, coach green belts, and are an expert in statistical tools and project leadership. Think of the general on the battlefield. Master black belt, the grand master. You oversee Six Sigma strategy for the whole company and train black belts and green belts. Think of the wise mentor who trained the general. Why does this matter for freshers? Because knowing the belt structure helps you understand who does what in a project. It's also a clear career ladder. Start as a white or yellow belt, then climb your way up to the corporate ninja elite. Companies love this belt system because it makes skills instantly visible. You don't have to ask how experienced someone is. The belt color says it all. Imagine a bank trying to reduce loan approval time. White belts handle basic data collection. Yellow belts analyze customer feedback. Green belts run small process improvements. Black belts lead the overall project. The master black belt guides strategy and trains everyone else. In the next chapter, we'll put on our gloves and step into the crime scene, understanding defects and what bad cookies look like in the corporate world. Chapter 4, Six Sigma Defects Explained, the crime scene. Dim lights, a round table, a suspiciously quiet conference room. The manager walks in, wearing a trench coat and holding a magnifying glass. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a crime. The crime? A batch of cookies that taste like regret and cardboard. Or maybe it's a loan process that's taking 20 days longer than promised. In Six Sigma, these crimes are called defects. A defect is anything that doesn't meet customer expectations. It could be a pizza arriving cold, a pen that refuses to write, or a bank account statement with wrong charges. But here's the twist. A defect is not the same as a defective. A defect is a single flaw, like one burnt cookie in the batch. A defective is the whole product or service being beyond saving, like the entire box tasting like charcoal. A Six Sigma detective, also known as a process analyst, uses special tools to catch these flaws. Check sheets to tally up problems as they happen. Pareto charts to see which problems happen the most. Cause and effect diagrams to trace the criminal back to the root cause. Why should freshers care? Because when you're starting out, you're often first on the scene, testing products, taking customer calls, processing documents. Your sharp eye can spot defects early, saving your team from a customer meltdown. Here's a real-life case. A call center was getting tons of complaints about late internet installation. The defect? Missed installation appointments. The root cause? Miscommunication between the scheduling system and technician availability. The fix? Automated scheduling and real-time updates. The result? Complaints dropped by 70% and the crime rate went way down. Six Sigma treats defects like a CSI episode. You gather evidence, the data, you identify suspects, the root causes, and you make the arrest by fixing the process. Next episode, we'll open the evidence locker, measuring what matters and why you can't solve a crime without the right measurements. Chapter 5. Six Sigma Measure, the Evidence Locker. Fluorescent lights hum softly. Rows of filing cabinets stand in perfect order. A locked steel door swings open with a dramatic creak. Welcome, rookie, to the evidence locker. This is where Six Sigma pros store the most dangerous weapon in the fight against defects: measurements. You can't fix what you can't measure. In Six Sigma, the measure phase is about finding exactly how bad the problem is, tracking it with hard numbers instead of gut feelings, and making sure the evidence is reliable. Inside the evidence locker, you'll find 3 key items. First, baseline data. Before you fix anything, you take a before picture. For example, customer wait time, 15 minutes on average. Second, operational definitions. Everyone needs to agree on what they're counting. For example, a late delivery might be defined as arriving even 1 minute past the promised time. Third, measurement tools. These could be stopwatches, check sheets, or system logs. Here's the rookie mistake. New analysts often measure everything, then drown in data. The trick is to measure only what moves the needle. If it doesn't help solve the problem, it doesn't belong in the locker. A fresher's field tip: if you're the one collecting data, be consistent, double-check accuracy, and document your process. That way, when the boss asks, "Are you sure this is right?" you can drop the receipts with confidence. Here's a real-life case file. A hospital wanted to reduce emergency room wait times. Baseline data showed patients waited 90 minutes. The measurement tool was a digital timestamp system. The finding? Most delays were in registration, not treatment. The outcome? By fixing registration, wait times dropped to 40 minutes. In the corporate world, every chart is a fingerprint. Every spreadsheet is DNA. Measure wrong, and you let the suspect walk free. Measure right, and you're already halfway to solving the case. Next episode, we'll dust off the suspect board, analyzing the root cause, where we connect the dots and find out. Chapter 6, Six Sigma Analyze Phase, the Suspect Board, Analyzing the Root Cause. The room is dim. A giant corkboard looms on the wall, covered in photos, sticky notes, and red string connecting them all. This is where the story starts to make sense, or gets messier. Welcome to the analyze phase of Six Sigma, the detective work of process improvement. Here's where you take every scrap of evidence you've measured, figure out why the problem is happening, and zero in on the real culprit. Think of it as your detective's toolbox. First, the fishbone diagram. It looks like a fish skeleton, but instead of bones, you've got categories like methods, machines, people, materials, environment, and measurements. Each bone holds a possible cause. Then there's the 5 whys technique. Ask why 5 times, and you'll dig past the surface excuses straight into the root cause. Like this. Why was the delivery late? The truck broke down. Why did it break down? The engine overheated. Why did it overheat? There was a coolant leak. Why was there a leak? The hose was worn out. Why wasn't it replaced? There was no maintenance schedule. Boom! You found it. And of course, the Pareto chart, the famous 80-20 rule, showing the small number of causes creating most of the problems. But here's the rookie mistake, falling in love with your first theory. Just because a suspect looks guilty doesn't mean they are. Sometimes it's the quiet one in the corner that did it. Always validate your findings with hard data before pointing fingers, unless this wants to turn into a corporate Game of Thrones. A real-life case? An airline had constant flight delays. The first guess? Pilots arriving late. But analysis showed something different. 70% of delays came from late fueling trucks. The fix? Change the fueling vendor, and delays dropped by 60%. In this phase, you're basically CSI spreadsheet edition. Your suspects are process flaws. Your weapon? Cold, hard logic backed by numbers. Next, we move into Chapter 7, the sting operation, where we set the trap, execute the plan, and watch the guilty process cry for mercy.
Chapter 7, Six Sigma Improve Phase, the sting operation, improving the process. We've found the guilty process. Now it's time to corner it, fix it, and make sure it never causes trouble again. Welcome to the improve phase of Six Sigma, the part where you take your detective work and turn it into real, measurable change. Here's how it works. First, you take the root cause you discovered. Then, you create practical fixes. You test them. And finally, you roll them out like a pro. This is your sting operation, and you've got the tools to pull it off. Tool number 1, brainstorming and creative thinking sessions. No idea is too wild. Sometimes the crazy ones are the game changers. Tool number 2, design of experiments. A structured way to test multiple variables at once so you know exactly what works and what doesn't. Tool number 3, pilot runs. Instead of flipping the whole system at once, test your changes on a smaller scale first. It's like a sneak peek before the big premiere. Here's a real-life mission. A call center had an average wait time of 15 minutes. The root cause? Agents were stuck doing post-call paperwork. The improvement? A dedicated call wrap-up team. The pilot run dropped wait times to 4 minutes. After the full rollout, customer satisfaction shot up by 45%. But here's the rookie mistake, overcomplicating the fix. Sometimes the fancy solution costs more than the problem itself. And a tip for freshers, always involve the people who actually do the work in the brainstorming. They have street-smart hacks you'll never find in a corporate meeting room. Think of it like an action movie. You're not robbing the casino like Ocean's 11. You're stealing inefficiency right out of your process vault. Next up, the lockdown protocol, because even the best fix will fail if you don't keep it under constant surveillance.
Chapter 8, Six Sigma Control Phase, Lockdown Protocol, Controlling the Process. We've planned, we've acted, we've fixed. Now, we make sure our victory sticks. This is the control phase of Six Sigma, the point where you lock in the gains and ensure no one sneaks inefficiency back into the system. The control phase is about one thing, protecting the improvement you worked so hard for. You keep the new process running smoothly, detect early signs of trouble, and document everything so success can be repeated. Here are your tools for the lockdown. Control charts. Think of them like health monitors for your process, showing if you're within safe limits. Standard operating procedures. Clear, step-by-step instructions so no one accidentally slips back into the old way. And training and handover sessions, making sure everyone from freshers to veterans understands the new normal. And mistake-proofing, designing the system so errors are either impossible or at least super hard to make. Let's see an example. A retail store reduced stockouts by fixing its inventory system. To keep the win, they introduced automated stock alerts and weekly dashboards. Result? 0 stockouts for 6 months straight. The rookie mistake here is thinking, we fixed it, so we're done. Nope. Without control, old habits creep back faster than Monday emails. Here's your fresher's tip. Treat your process like a new car. Just because it's running fine doesn't mean you skip maintenance. Control is the silent guardian of Six Sigma. Without it, your process will drift back to chaos. With it, you protect your hard work and keep the wins rolling. Coming next, Rookie Medal Ceremony. Benefits of Six Sigma for freshers. Because it's time you see how this training boosts your career. Chapter 9. Six Sigma Benefits for Freshers. Rookie Medal Ceremony. Grand stage. Confetti cannons explode. A giant screen flashes. Six Sigma graduates, class of now. You walk forward in slow motion, corporate anthems swelling in the background. It's not just about processes. It's about you, your skills, your career. Today, we hand out the medals. Six Sigma isn't just a fancy name for interviews. It's a toolkit that turns you into the process superhero every team needs. Here's what's in your rookie medal case. Problem-solving credibility. You're no longer the one pointing at problems, you're the one fixing them. And trust me, managers love that. Boosted resume power. The words Six Sigma certified on your resume, that's an instant edge over dozens of others. Better communication skills. You can explain problems and solutions without jargon, without confusion, without boring the room. Career Growth Accelerator. From just another fresher to the go-to problem solver to leadership potential. Job Security Shield. Companies keep the people who make processes better, not the ones who watch them fail. Real example, a group of freshers in customer service cut complaint resolution time by 40%. The result? Bonuses. Early promotions. Because results speak louder than resumes. The rookie mistake is thinking Six Sigma is too advanced for beginners. The reality, starting early puts you miles ahead. Your field tip? Put your Six Sigma training on LinkedIn. Add a real project where you used it. Recruiters love proof over promises. Picture this. You're handed your Six Sigma badge like a SWAT officer receiving their elite insignia. You're now certified to neutralize process chaos. Next up, the final chapter, the certification blueprint, because the medal means more when it's official. Chapter 10. Six Sigma Certification Blueprint for Freshers. Every hero needs a badge. Every fresher needs a plan. Welcome to your Six Sigma Certification Blueprint. First, choose your belt. White belt, a quick intro for absolute beginners. Yellow belt, basic tools and concepts. Green belt, deeper skills for real project involvement. Freshers usually start with yellow or green, depending on ambition and budget. Next, pick the right provider. Names like ASQ, IAASC, Coursera, Udemy, and please choose recognized certification, not some random online quiz. Learn the tools. Master DMAIC. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control, until it's second nature. Then, practice. Even a small college or internship project counts. Real application beats theory every single time. Book the exam. Most are online, some in person. Mock tests are your best friends. They save both marks and confidence. Once you pass, flaunt it. LinkedIn, resume, even your email signature. Because nothing says I'm serious about quality like that shiny badge next to your name. Here's a story. Ravi, a fresher in IT support, got his yellow belt before joining his first job. Within 6 months, he reduced ticket resolution time by 25%. His manager? Amazed. Who trained this guy? We need more like him. Don't make the rookie mistake of saying, I'll do it later. Later kills momentum. Start while you're fresh. Start while you're eager. Your certification is more than a piece of paper. It's proof you can solve problems, improve processes, and lead change. It's your golden ticket. Now go cash it in. You started as a wide-eyed fresher, unsure if Six Sigma was just another buzzword. Now you understand the belts, you've decoded DMAIC, and you can handle tools like Pareto charts and fishbone diagrams. This is not the end. It's the start of your action plan. Step 1. Recap your journey. You know the basics, the belts, the engine, the tools, and how to present them on your resume. You're already ahead of most freshers. Step 2. Pick your certification level. For quick entry, go for white or yellow belt. For deeper skills and project experience, aim for green belt early. Step 3. Get real project experience. Look for internal improvement opportunities, volunteer for small projects, or even do freelance Six Sigma work online. Remember, small wins count. Step 4. Create your visibility plan. Share your learnings, your charts, your project milestones. Because in corporate life, silent heroes are forgotten. Step 5. Keep the momentum. Don't let your skills fade after certification. Apply one Six Sigma principle every month, even if it's just organizing your workspace with 5S. Your career is your process. Six Sigma is how you improve it. Measure, analyze, improve, control, and repeat. And when people ask how you became so effective, just smile and say, I had a great guide.